Okay, so world political scenario is changing once the Mr. Donald Trump as American president, he has taken oath as president of United States 47. Now his only job is to cut down all the expenses of America and putting tariff on all the imports that is happening into America so that American government can be richest day by day. In that sense, there is a news that is coming that International Space Station that is floating around the earth, running around the earth, International Space Station, 250 miles higher to earth, away from the earth, it is making a orbit 250 miles, 250 mile up. I believe it will be around 400 kilometers. It is above the earth. It is making round of the earth every 90 minutes. It makes one round of the earth. International Space Station that is very big. I believe it is 100-meter long and 50-meter wide, something like that. It is very big, 100-meter long and 50-meter wide. One space shuttle is making round of the earth, and people and astronauts from the many countries. It is International Space Station. Astronauts from many countries, they are doing research in that laboratory about the space science and many things. In that sense, America is the main funder of this International Space Station. Now, America has declared that they are going to close down International Space Station. So the life of International Space Station is up to 2030 only, 2030, 5 years from now. And then after that, it will be descended into the Earth atmosphere and it will be crashed into the sea because it has big expenditure from the America. So America does not want, Donald Trump does not want to spend on the International Space Station. So now question is arising that international space, there are two things now. One thing is technology and another thing is expenditure. Technology is from where and expenditure is from where. So generally it is called that space technology is a technology from Russia. So International Space Station, that spacecraft, space shuttle was launched in 1998 from Russia actually, and later it was a modular fashion. Modular fashion means it was a module and many other modules could connect it at the runtime. This is the design. This was the design. It was not a complete airspace shuttle. Like aeroplane is a complete airspace device where nothing can connect at the runtime. But this was launched in a fashion that it was all side ports were there, like computer ports are there. Similarly, all side ports were there and other module can connect to it. So Russia had launched it in 1998 and later it became International Space Station. Anyway, so Russia was the first to launch the space station called Salyut. Salyut in 1971. There is a called space war era, space war between Russia and America, and it started in 1957 when the Sputnik was the first space shuttle which went in space and it made a round of the Earth in 1957. Then Yuri Gagarin was the first human who went to the space in 1961. Then 1969, America claimed that it has descended a human on the moon. This was the called space war. 1971. Okay, Salyut was the first space station. Space station means a space shuttle that is fixed in the space and it will make round of the earth. 32 Salyut, 32 space shuttle. Russia was rotating one time around the earth and first was in 1971. 1998, then very professional space station Russia launched and later it became International Space Station. Now when the news is coming that ISS will go down, when America has decided it will not fund ISS, so whatever is its natural life is, that is up till 2030. Beyond that it will not support it. Now question is arising, what if the concept of international space station will live longer or it will end in 2030? Certainly not. The concept of electronics will live longer if America is discontinuing it from it. Certainly not, because China is running ahead of United States in electronics technology. Concept of software will go beyond it. Again, China is running ahead of it. Has mobile apps that is mind blowing. So China is coming up as a country which is kind of making a support to the running technology. If others go away, then China will be in condition to sustain it. So China is powerful in 1994 time frame. There was the maximum, I believe, 120-meter or something was the height of the highest bridge bridge of the China 1994, and no way it was in comparison of the world highest bridges. But now out of 12 highest bridges in the world, 10 are in China. Means China is making a kind of backup. China is making kind of a backup for all running high class technology. Either it is civil engineering, metallurgical engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering. Okay, to electronics engineering and computer science engineering. Everywhere China is ahead of everyone. So there are two space stations in the vicinity of 350 kilometer to 400 kilometer from the Earth. One is International Space Station led by United States, and one is Tiangong Space Station only by China. Can someone believe it? There are two space stations in the kind of space around 350 to 400 kilometer kind of height from the earth, and one is from international community, where from Germany, from the France, from the Italy, from the Russia, from the United States, these country astronauts are there, and they are working in the laboratory. And there is one more space station that is rotating around the earth, and that is called Tiangong. So no need to worry. Tiangong, China is there. China is there to to work like a backup for everything. So nothing is going away, even though Donald Trump shut down everything, because it was 20, 30 years before every technology was from Europe and America. Now every technology is from China. China, if you consider the earth map, China would be very small in that. But still, all the technology globally, China is now at the top. So anyway, Tiangong Space Station from China, it is rotating around the Earth since 2011, and China has its own space mission, and China has its own laboratory in the Tiangong Space Station, where every moment there can be 6 crew members, they can stay there, and maximum. So every time 3 crew members go there, and they replace 3 crew members out from there, and they stay there for 6 months time period. All three, they stay there for 6 months time period, and they do very cutting edge research there. So this is Chinese Tiangong Space Station, like International Space Station, which is around 1000 meter cube. The internal volume of the International Space Station is 1000 meter cube, whereas the volume of the Chinese space station is 350 meter cube, one third of International Space Station, because it is for one country only. That is for the full globe, but it is modular design. Another module can connect to it, and it will become bigger, bigger, bigger. It depends upon if anyone support it. India should come forward. This is what I personally believe, and Russia also. Anyway, like International Space Station, which can be seen through the naked eye also, after the sunset and before the sunrise, when sunlight falls in a kind of angular fashion on this International Space Station, and it is dark in the sky, and sunlight falls on it, it can be seen. In the sense, before sunrise means toward the east, and after the sunset means toward the west. This International Space Station can be viewed. Can be viewed. Tiangong Tiangong Space Station from China. China technology. I'm not saying China. Indian people they do not love China much, but Chinese technology you love or you do not love. They are supreme. That you have to agree upon it. Anyway, we will see some salient feature of Tiangong International Space Station. Okay, this is what China has brought up, and it is mind blowing. So the kind of the International Space Station, Sputnik was the first space shuttle. It went to space in 1957 from the Russia. Yuri Gagarin was the astronaut. He was rotating the Earth in 1961. 1971 Salyut, that was international, that was space station, permanent space module that was rotating, and it has laboratories. People can go there and they can do the experiment there. 1971 Salyut, that is anonymous, that is a synonym of Salyut. Salyut. So Salyut, Salyut, Salyut was launched by Russia in 1971. 1998 Zary control module, name was Zary. Zary control module was launched by Russia in 1998. Okay, Zary means sunrise in Russian, and that become International Space Station later, which has time period till 2031. Anyway, and Donald Trump has decided to bring it down. It rotates Earth around 7.8 kilometer per second speed. Per second, 7.8 kilometer. 1 second. In this much time, it will move 7.8 kilometer. Anyway, that is a dimension is 100 meter by 73 meter. It is very, very big. Okay, that is the around 250 miles it is above the earth. Okay, 1000-meter cube is its volume. Anyway, Tiangong Space Station from China, and it was launched in Tiangong Station. It was launched in July 2021. Generally, the tradition of a space station is a space station will go first uncrewed. There will be no one in the space station. It will go there, and then another space shuttle. It will go and dock to it. It will connect to it. It may have people, human inside that, and through that they will enter there and they will start working. So this is a space shuttle or a space rocket that will come down. This is also called a space flight. So first Tiangong 1, that in September 11, 2011, from China it was launched in the sky, in the space, same around 350 kilometer to 400 kilometer from the Earth in 2011. 2011 September time frame, November time frame, Shenzhou. Shenzhou is a town in the kind of Hubei province of China. Shenzhou. So Shenzhou is the name of a space flight Shenzhou 8. It went there and docked into 2011. 2012 November, the Shenzhou 9 went there and docked there, and two human, with two human, they went there. So from China, in the China Space Station Tiangong 1, two human that was launched in September 2011, November 2012, two human from China in the space flight Shenzhou 9, they went there and they went inside the Tiangong 1. Tiangong 2 was launched in 2016 September time frame. Okay, and there two astronauts went there and they in okay, so 2016 and two astronauts they went there. Okay, in the Tiangong 2 also, and they rotated the Earth for 33 days. Two astronauts. Anyway, April 2017, Tiangong 1 it docked into Tiangong 2. So Tiangong 1 and Tiangong 2 it became one in 2017 April time frame, and after that in April 2018 Tiangong 1 was brought down into Earth space, means it was crashed into the sea or whatever it is. And Tiangong 2 was brought into the Earth space Earth atmosphere in July 2019. So 2009 July, Tiangong operation was over. In 2000 April 21, Tiangong, not 1 and 2, full-fledged Tiangong was raised into the space, Tiangong, with one module called core module, and then two laboratory modules, science module, where people would go and make the research. One was Wentian and one was Mengtian. Wentian and Mengtian. Wentian or Wengxian and Mengxian. So Wengxian, it went and connected to core module in the 2022 22 Feb time, July time frame. And Mengxian, it went to the core module of Tiangong and it got connected in 3rd 3rd October, I believe, 2022. Since 2021, core module of Tiangong was launched, and 2022 by end, the Vincian and Mengxian, two laboratory modules, were connected to it. Now, astronauts, they kept going there, and they were making research. Around 8 expeditions have happened. 8 times astronauts have gone there, and they have done research and they have come back. So this is Chinese Tiangong Space Station as far as it is concerned. So in 2000, I believe, 22, Shenzhou 12, that is the space flight that went with the 3 crew members and it connected to Tiangong. So 2022 onwards, I believe, astronauts are working there. And pro rata basis, 3 astronauts would go there, and then 3 astronauts will come down. This is what is happening, and eight expeditions has happened there. And in 8 expeditions, the last one went in October 2024, and they will come down here in April. 6 months they have gone there. Okay, who are the scientists who went there? Are Sai Zhuhe, Song Lingdong, and Wang Huze. These are the 3 scientists who are doing experiment in the Tiangong, and they went in the October 2024, and they will come back in April 2025. Anyway, Tiangong is 56-meter length and 39-meter width, half of the International Space Station. Volume wise, one third. It is very big. 55-meter is very big, and 39-meter wide. It is running at same speed as International Space Station, 7.67 kilometer per second. Okay, so what is there is called CSMA, China Manned Space Agency. China Manned Space Agency is an agency in China that is responsible for the maintaining the Tiangong, sending and receiving the scientists over there. What is the mission of this? What is the mission of this space program of the China? To develop and gain, I'm sorry, to develop and gain experience in spacecraft reduced technology, permanent human operation in orbit, long-term autonomous space flight of the space station, regenerative life support technology, and autonomous cargo and fuel supply technology. These are the study that they are making out there. It will also kind of serve the platform for the next generation orbit transportation vehicle. Next generation orbit transportation vehicle. It will serve as a next generation platform for the next generation orbit transportation vehicle, scientific and practical application at large scale orbit, and technology for future deep space exploration. So that research it will do for the further deep space exploration in the space. So this is what it will do. Now question is arising that it is at around 400-kilometer height. There are three layer in the space where satellites are revolving around the earth. One layer is 200 kilometer to 400 kilometer. That layer is the satellite layer. Either it is International Space Station, China Space Station, or normal satellite. They are more or less in this range only, 200 kilometer to 400 kilometer. There is another range called geostationary satellite that is in 40,000 kilometer height from the Earth. It rotates around the Earth in radius from the Earth's surface at 40,000 kilometers. That is called geostationary satellite. And there is one more satellite that is making round of the Earth. Its name is Moon. That is God-made Earth, God-made satellite. So there are three satellites that is making round of the Earth. One is at 300,000 kilometer, 3 lakhs kilometer from the Earth. That is the Moon. It is making round of the Earth. One is 40,000 kilometer from the Earth. That is called geostationary satellite. They are always still with the Earth. If wherever Earth is moving either on its own axis, if Earth is moving around own axis, geostationary satellites are exactly moving around the Earth in same fashion. If someone is pointing eye on the geostationary satellite, they will never deviate 24 hours. And then down the line, 200 to 400 kilometers, normal satellites are rotating around the Earth. In 90 minutes, they make one rotation around the Earth, where Earth takes 24 hours to make one rotation. So they are faster than Earth movement. Okay, now what is the speed that actually it was hitting my head? So normal satellite, their speed is 7.8 kilometer per second. Their speed is very high to stay so that they will not come in the Earth gravitational pull. They have to rotate very faster so that their centripetal force will be the force that they keep them away from the Earth gravitational pull will be high. So that is 7.8 kilometer per second. Geostationary satellite, they are 40,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface, not from the Earth's center. From the Earth's surface, 40,000 kilometers, they receive less gravitational pull rather than the normal satellite. So they have to rotate at lesser speed. So they rotate at 3 kilometers per second. These normal satellite, they rotate at 7.8 kilometers per second. They rotate at 3 kilometers per second. Okay, from normal satellite, International Space Station are little further. So they rotate at 7.67 kilometers per hour. Normal satellite 200 kilometers, 7.8 kilometers per second. Per second, all are in per second. Geostationary satellite 3 kilometers per second, that is 40 kilometers away from the Earth. What about Moon? 300,000 kilometers away from the Earth. Then Moon rotates at 3,683 kilometers per hour, 1 kilometer per second. So, more you go away from the Earth, it is less likely, less Earth gravitational pull comes into the picture. In that sense, rotation speed is not that much required. So, normal satellite 7.8 kilometer per second. Space station at 400 kilometers away, 7.67 kilometers per second. Geostationary satellite 40,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface, then 3 kilometers per second. And then Moon 300,000 kilometers away from the Earth's surface, then 1 kilometer per second. Anyway, Salyut. Salyut was the first space station from the Russia in 1971. We salute Chinese technology. Okay, Salyut was the first Russian space station in 1971. Then we salute Chinese technology 2011. Tiangong 1 was launched. Now Tiangong is working for 15 years it will work. So 2036 it will operate. So let's not get deviated by the America's declaration day by day to shut down what it is doing on. Tiangong, you are amazing, you are grandiose.